Hey guys, it's Cameron and Brennan from BCB TV, and in this video we talk about trades that should have happened before the trade deadline. Hope you enjoy.
So we're going to start off with the Cavs. They are rumored to be after Kemba Walker, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. The Cavs may be offering Isaiah Thomas and the Nets pick just for Kemba, and obviously some other players, but we'll find out later. Cam, who do you think wins this deal?
All right, so I think that the Cavs definitely win this deal. Isaiah Thomas is not working out at all. He's calling out his teammates for not playing defense, and none of that's helping. But Kemba is a very similar type player to how Isaiah Thomas played at least last year. They're both very good scoring guards, and I think that Kemba can definitely play better defense than Isaiah Thomas, which is pretty obvious. And he's also, I think he can create more than Isaiah Thomas can. And he's also won't call out his teammates like Isaiah Thomas is doing right now.
Yeah, that's not cool. No, I can't for the life of me imagine why Isaiah thinks this is a good idea unless he really just wants out of Cleveland that badly. Yeah. But he seemed so optimistic before. There was all these stories on ESPN I remember watching of him talking to all the reporters about how he couldn't wait to play with LeBron and all that. Yeah. But this is a tough one because the Nets pick is so vital to the Cavs' future. Nobody knows if LeBron's staying, and if he doesn't stay, then that pick could be a huge building block for the future. But Kemba is such a great player. The Cavs need to win now while they still have LeBron for sure. Yeah. And he'd just be a great addition to the Cavaliers. I mean, he'd be that secondary scorer that Isaiah Thomas just couldn't be. Yeah, just hasn't been. And as UConn fans, we know Kemba's attitude will never waver. Yeah. And he's built for the big moment. So definitely. I think LeBron would really enjoy being his teammate.
Yeah, and the Nets pick, if it was as high as everyone thought it would be, I'd question it more, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be in the top 5, top 7. Is it in the top 7?
No, it's 8 or 9 right now, I think.
8 or 9. Yeah, so, I mean, they could get somebody really good with it. They might, but the chances of that happening are a lot lower than we thought.
Yeah, the Nets kind of ruined the Cavs' dreams by being not bottom 5 this year. Yeah. But it's still a valuable pick to me. I guess I would make the trade just because Kemba is such a great player. Yeah. But this is really tough. I don't think this is as cut and dry as LeBron would want you to think.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if the if the Cavaliers trade for Kemba Walker, does that mean they're guaranteed finals lock?
I think it does because personally I believe he'll actually come in and play well, unlike Isaiah Thomas. And we saw LeBron and Kyrie were able to do. I think this team would be able... They still have LeBron, so LeBron helps you beat anyone. And I think they could beat the Celtics, especially with Kemba and LeBron. And LeBron just carries teams, so...
Yeah, I think even without Kemba, they're a finals lock. I always believe LeBron will turn on that extra gear whenever the playoffs come around. His teams are never really that good. It's just him and a bunch of guys he kind of threw together who are good. They're good. It's a good team, but it's not it might not even be a playoff team without LeBron, regardless, as we're seeing right now. But true. Somehow he always pulls it together. We have this same story. I mean, it's a little bit worse this year than I think any other year, but they always have these stories about how the Cavs they look so bad.
Sort of like the Patriots.
Actually, yeah, that's a good comparison. Every year, the Patriots, beginning of the season, they always lose a game or two. What's going on?
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady's he reminds everybody. Well, not this year. But yeah, with Kemba, I think he slides into that Kyrie role beautifully. Yeah. They're similar players too, actually, so he might be able to replicate that style of play that was so successful with LeBron. So yeah, I mean, with Kemba, I think they're beyond a lock. Without Kemba, I'd still pick them to make the finals if I had to put money on it.
Yeah, I just don't believe in Isaiah Thomas at the moment, at least, because if it's just LeBron and a below average Isaiah Thomas, I don't know. I don't think they're I think getting by the Celtics will be a lot harder than you might think.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a challenge, and it'll be really fun to watch that series, and it might go down to the 7th game. But, you almost have to consider our team might have some extra motivation going up against Boston, considering he was so salty about getting traded.
Oh, true.
That motivation, and LeBron's motivation. Wade will want to win another championship. They all might turn on an extra gear at that point. It'll be a great series to watch, though, if they make it to there for sure. All right. And the next trade we are going to discuss is DeAndre Jordan to the Blazers. If Jordan gets traded to the Blazers, how much better does that make them?
All right, so if the Blazers get DeAndre Jordan, I think they'll finally have a big man that can play defense and rebound. I don't think they've had that recently, at least, that does it at a high level like DeAndre Jordan. Right. And he also gives them a lob target that I don't think we've seen Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum with teammates they can actually pass to like that.
Am I crazy, or did they have Mason Plumlee for a year? Am I high?
Did that Mason
Don't
Plumlee?
do drugs, kids.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
For some reason, I remember them having an athletic center, but I can't remember who it was.
I think it might have been Mason Plumlee.
I don't know. He might have played there. Maybe it was one of the Plumlees. I have no idea.
Yeah,
So
too many of them.
Yeah, he makes them a lot better. They don't have a player like that on the roster. They have tons of young bigs, Vonleh, Swanigan, Collins. None of them are ready for the big stage. With Jordan, that established presence in the paint, they can definitely go up against some of the better teams in the West, actually, really think about it. Golden State and Houston, I mean, Clint Capella is a great player, but he's kind of just the same type of a rebounding defender, rimrunner, etc. And Golden State's out here with JaVale McGee and Zaza Pachulia.
Exactly.
So, menacing. Well, what he will do... Oh, you got something?
Oh, well, Mason Plumlee did play on the Trailblazers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I had a feeling. I was like,
I don't know.
Somebody.
He might not be DeAndre Jordan level.
He's the man. But what he will provide, though, is rim protection against all the great guards that they'll have to face if they were to make it far in the West.
Like Lonzo Ball.
Oh, you know who the Spurs with Pau Gasol and LaMarcus Aldridge, that defense against that post duo would be really... That's a need for them. They don't have a
they
defender.
haven't had that, in a while.
So the rim protection, the defense against post players. I mean, there's no doubt. You had DeAndre Jordan to, any team. I mean, of course they're going to get better. But a team like the Blazers, especially, that just doesn't have a rim protector or a lob target for a guy like Lillard, is a huge upgrade, in my opinion. So there's rumors circling that the Thunder and the Golden State Warriors could be targeting Avery Bradley. Should either of these teams give up a lot for Bradley, do you think?
For Avery Bradley, I mean, I don't think the Thunder really have much to give up. Unless they would give up, I don't know, a Terrence Ferguson. I don't think they have many other young players. And they're not giving up Steven Adams, Westbrook, or Paul George or Carmelo. So I don't know how they would make this happen.
Yeah.
But if they could make it happen, they would definitely be above the Trailblazers.
Yeah, not knowing their pick situation, it's kind of hard because when you're talking about trades, some of the most valuable assets you can give up include picks, especially if you're a contending team that doesn't want to give up any valuable players.
Yeah.
But if they have a pick to give up and maybe they have a salary somewhere on the bench, they can trade the Clippers. There's a chance, and if they can do it, if they can give up a pick and just a salary, then I don't see why not. If that's all they need to give up, because they need to try to compete while they still have guys like Paul George, and they need to convince him that they're trying to compete so that he'll re-sign. But so
what should the Warriors give up much? I don't think the Warriors should actually give up much because they're already the favorites by a lot. So I wouldn't risk giving up too much. If you could get them for Jordan Bell or Patrick McCaw, I guess I might.
That's what I was going to say. One of those guys, and once I got another pick.
Yeah.
He's way better than either of them, like right now. And for a team that's obviously just their expectation is championship or bust.
Yeah.
They should be doing everything they can, no matter what, to win a championship that year, every year. So if that's all it took, I'm guessing the Pistons would honestly give him up pretty easily. They're not winning anything this year.
True,
and if they can get a pick out of him, then
and some young players,
a win for them. Yeah, and a good young player. Yeah. Then it's worth it for them. So that might be enough to get Bradley. And if you get Bradley, I mean, could you imagine him coming off the bench for the Warriors?
Yeah.
And goddamn, that's secondary. That bench unit. Like,
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
If the Thunder were to get Avery Bradley, would they narrow the gap with the Warriors at all?
I mean, narrow the gap slightly, sure. But all the way, I don't think so. The Warriors are by far, well, maybe not by far and away, because Houston's pretty good. But
yeah, Houston.
I don't even think they'd be better than Houston. They'd be a close third, I think, in the West.
Yeah, they'd be better than the Spurs.
I mean, they need someone to play defense since they lost Andre Roberson for this season.
Yeah, exactly.
But and he'd be an upgrade to Roberson, in my opinion, with his three-point shooting and scoring ability. He's not a liability on the offensive end.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Houston and Golden State are just too good. They have their whole teams, like, mapped out. They don't even really need to make any moves, and they could still make the finals.
Exactly.
You know, the fact that we're even talking about the teams like the Thunder having to make moves like this to even try to compete with them kind of tells the story.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, Carmelo, Paul George, and Westbrook on the same team, and a good big in Steven Adams, and they're still like third, fourth in the West.
Do you think Golden State is far and away the favorite if they landed him, though?
Oh, yeah. If Golden State lands Avery Bradley, I think it's pretty much a guarantee that they're going to win, I think. With Avery Bradley, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if you can get better than that.
Yeah. I mean, you add Avery Bradley to arguably the best bench in the league, and you just made the defending champs and the renowned favorites even better. I mean, you improved them on the offensive and defensive end with that addition. It'd be really hard to find a team that could compete with Golden State at that point.
Yeah, I think the Pistons might just hold off just because of that.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and if you have any suggestions for future videos or trades you would have liked to see, comment down below. Thank you.